Welcome back, guys. That Guy McFly, back with another video. We are not gonna be working on the van today. It's related to the van, but we're not gonna be working on the van today. Reason is, ignore all those parts. I'll do an unboxing and explanation of what all those awesome things are later. The engine's gonna get swapped. Not gonna tell you what it is. Unless you watch my shorts and you follow my Instagram, you'll know what I'm gonna be putting in here. Kinda. But in order to swap this engine, you cannot do it from the front. You have to do it from the inside, specifically from this door. And you can do it with the door attached, but you actually have to bring the hoist in, lift it up, pull it out, and then pop a new one in. In order for me to do any of that, or even think about doing any of that, before proceeding, my B2000 needs to get running. This guy runs pretty good, but the only thing is it needs a new flywheel, a new starter, a new clutch cylinder, and just a tune-up. Enough things to fit on, my hand, but that is all it needs. I had it running, started it again. There must be a chipped tooth on the flywheel because my starter, this is my second starter that I put on this. It's hard finding second gen B2000 parts. Reason is they only made it for like a year and a half. So safety first, we're gonna go ahead and put this block, chuck the tires, and let's go ahead and lift it up. That's fine. Lower it slowly. Cool. You always want to be safe with this kind of stuff, because you don't want the thing that you love so much and put so much money to kill you. Like children. Always give it a good shake. Maybe give it like a 7.0, 5.0 earthquake. Out in California, had one the other day. It's good. Let's assess what we're doing and not get bit by a brown recluse or a black widow. Okay, so in order to remove the drive shaft, what we'll go ahead and do is unbolt that, drop it down, push it that way. We'll mark it with Sharpie or something to make sure we know exactly where we are. But yeah, drop it down, push it that way. Yoke slides out, and then we might have to unbolt some stuff on the shifter. Definitely gonna have to unbolt these two bolts for the mount, and then we're gonna have to unbolt it from the actual engine or bell housing. So let's go ahead and do that. I do know for a fact the last people to touch these was Mazda. 10 years ago, that seal went out, and the person that gave this truck to me said, yeah, they replaced it. It was expensive, but they replaced it. I know for a fact they tighten the shit to these things. Okay, that's a little better right there. Yeah. Come on. Well, I did get a pop out of it. Let's see if that loosened it up just enough to take it off. I don't know how I'm gonna do the other ones. Hey. 3 out of 4 out. I made it this far in life without an impact wrench. I refuse to buy one. And also because I don't have the money to buy one right now. Me, human impact wrench. Okay. Maybe it loosens it just enough. Let's try it out. Hopefully we don't. Yay! And finally. Okay. I got this thing. And I should have it aimed right at the exact spot. Oh, that's draining. Oh, think skinny, think skinny. Think skinny thoughts. Let's get this out of here. Let's put that in there. These shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've never taken this thing off before. Oh. Yeah. If someone would like to donate money for an impact driver, or donate me an impact driver, I'll have my, I don't even know what I'm gonna set up yet, but donate, and it'll be used for this channel. Strange, this bell housing has a bracket that bolted to the engine, but that bracket is bolted, like there's a good section here that it's just like no engine, just never really noticed that. Okay, managed to get the last one out. I actually had to unbolt one of the mounting bolts. This one's a little loose. And I gave it just enough room to come down. Slipped a really long extension and was able to get it out. So cool. It was the tiniest one too. Well, it wasn't tiny, but it was a lot smaller than the other ones. Shorter. Got our last bolt here, holding it down. Holding it up, actually. Ah, not as bad. Sometimes you just gotta bust some knuckles, man. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Definitely need more room than that. Come on. Cool. Take this boot off. It's still such a good, like, this shares parts with the RX-7, if y'all wanted to know that information, transmission wise. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think that's enough. Let's take this off now. I don't want to mess with this too much. And all that dust, knowing it's from the 80s, it probably has asbestos in it. Ooh, that surface looks pretty glazed. Almost looks like a mirror. My predictions are wrong. It was a short bolt. This last one. Last one's being a bitch. Come on. Yay! I was not ready for that. That weighs a ton. Okay, let's try to do this as quick as possible. I went to AutoZone, got a couple goodies. This is, I think, on older cars without oil lights. Mine has an oil light, but I want to know exactly what my oil pressure is at. Always good for car guys. This for my new Flywheel. And this, because I needed this. Also, what arrived is my new Flywheel. I resurfaced it with a stone. It's not burnt. It looks pretty good. Just gotta clean it. A lot better than my old one. I have a stage 3 clutch. Everything's in there. So we'll pop out that bearing, do that all other stuff later. Let's get some gloves on and get to work. I meant to do that. Oh yeah, so try to knock everything out, get this truck back on the floor and running today. Not right, but running. We have a seal to replace, this to install, and this to install. So it shouldn't be too bad now that the transmission is off the car. Gotta pop that out somehow. We'll probably just get a socket and do that. Let's get a new one in there. Well, we'll clean it. We'll clean all this really quick. Yeah, that surface looks good. I did a pretty good job. I skipped over it because I was impatient, but I did this in my room. And I just got a stone and just evenly put it, you know, scraped it everywhere. And I went all the way up to 600 grit. So should be good. No chatter. It's better than doing it with the machine. Not a machine, but like a palm sander. I've seen people do that, but that's probably not the best idea. Let's go ahead and get that other bearing in here. This is pretty even. Cool. New bearing installed. That one can actually move. The one that was in there before, which is this one, was actually frozen. And you can hear that's not good. You can hear that is good. So before we slap this on, gotta install this. Okay. Hopefully I've got enough room in there to do this. Let's use a more aggressive. Nice. That was conveniently easier than I expected. Okay, it's a little, the rubber on the outside just a little tattered, but it's in. This was facing this way. That doesn't fit, does it? What are the chances of them fixing it twice? This is the stage 4. No, it looks about the same. Let's see if they made the mistake on this one. Okay. Oh my god. Thank the Lord. I haven't done a clutch in like forever. Since I got out of school. A 65 foot-pounds. Ooh-wee. So at least just get one started. God, this thing's heavy as shit. Oh, God. Please don't fall on my face. This thing has great compression. I feel like I haven't done a compression test, but I'm sure it has great compression. All right, so let's go ahead, start torquing these. We'll do the same method that I used last time, which was getting this guy and shoving it somewhere like this. I feel like these were torqued way harder when I was trying to take it off. Surface should be good, but just in case. Pretty good layer of oil on this. I think we're good now. I think all that is rust. Make sure this splines up. Woo. Yep, splines up. Cool. This guy isn't that heavy, but it does weigh something. Oh, there goes my skin right there. There we go. Just to hold it down. Make sure that still moves. Okay, so I took this out, and now all I'm gonna do is inch this forward. Okay. And if this truck falls, I will die. Oh, come on. Okay, that's a little more. It lines up with the splines. So at least we know how to put this thing on. Let's go ahead and pop it off if we can. And spin it a little bit. Okay. And make sure that bolt's on. Let's see. It needs a little bit more persuasion. This needs to go down a little bit. Okay. Like 3 hours later. No, it was like an hour. Just to mate that transmission. This is really tricky. It's only just me, but I put a wrench or socket on the pulley here. That's the crankshaft pulley. I was just shimmying it, and then I'll go back and tighten some bolts, jimmy the transmission, repeat the step, and then eventually I just heard a click and it's seated. I also broke this. Good thing there's a part number on it. Tired. Let's go ahead and bolt up this transmission, man. Oh god. Oh, this was a pain. It was a major pain. Put this rubber back on. Surprised this rubber's still in good yeah. I can't talk. I'm surprised the rubber's in good shape. All the rubber's in good shape. It's just all the metal that's not. I'm definitely gonna have to do a frame off, or body off frame restoration on this. Okay, new starter, old starter. Look at that, it's almost out. I think I got it exactly like that. Okay. Oop. I'm about to wrap it up. Couldn't quite finish it all today, unfortunately. Obstacles like always, but I'm pretty much almost done. I do have to take out 2 of the bolts from the transmission to install the, I missed an exhaust mount. But right now, all I want to hear is just it crank, which I think it's safe to do. There's no drive shaft connected. I'll put it in neutral, but I just want to hear this thing crank. I don't know where this went. We're in neutral. We're in neutral. Everything's out of the way. I think we're good. I think it's a dead battery. I think this thing's dying. I don't think we'll hear it crank today. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And it sounds good. Oh, shee. Cool. Now we gotta take these off. Oop, oop, shouldn't press that. We'll disconnect it from inside. That's all that we should be needing to do. I think the rest I can undo by hand. Cool. Take that out. Like that. That seal was bad right there. Put that to the side. Go ahead and clean the area. Let's crack open this new one. Shiny parts. I have to go inside and align it better. Cool, I think we're good there. I'm pretty sure the reason why my starter, flywheel, and clutch went out because I had a bad cylinder, master cylinder. It wasn't, when I'd press the clutch, and I'm assuming it wasn't pressing it in all the way. So it was still rubbing, so every time I started it, the starter was just putting way more load than it should have. And that's how we ended up here. I didn't catch that. I only caught that months ago. And the reason why I caught it, I installed this and I got it running for a little bit, but I could tell that it was missing teeth. Yeah, I pushed in and I felt brake fluid on my leg, and I realized that it was bad. Cool. Let's go ahead and install this guy. I thought this was going to be a 10 mil down here, but I guess I was wrong. So I got the good old adjustable wrench that everyone hates for some reason. Why we throw shade at this wrench, man? Why? Let's take this off. That's tightening. Let's actually loosen it instead of tighten. That would be much help. Take these guys off again. Barely missed it. Okay. Luckily everything's been the same thread so far, which is great. That's supposed to go the other way. There's no fluid in here whatsoever right now, so I can compress it. Look at me throwing all these shiny new parts on it. With my luck, the engine will explode, and so will I, along with it. That's usually what happens, right? You throw a bunch of money at your project, and then all of a sudden it just explodes. But I plan to keep good old nostalgia around for a long time. Okay, we're good. I probably should have, I guess, bench bled this, but I think we're good. I think I could still make do. Hopefully. Okay, that's tight. Okay, go ahead. Oop. How did it feel? Felt fine?
Huh?
Did it feel fine? The last couple ones? Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting harder.
The bubbles went out, so. I'll just do it a couple more times to make sure. Go ahead. Okay, we're good. Yep, that's it. Thanks. You know, for aluminum, this oxidizes pretty fast. Wow, look at all these tuner parts. Crazy. Put it on here. I think it's the gasket that this fuel injection kit came with. Nice. And I know these are super cheap, but for some reason AutoZone did not have the traditional air filter. Yeah, this thing, Edelbrock is alright. I mean, Edelbrock is good, but this specific air filter is alright. It's not the best, but I will make do. Get that out of there. There's this little breather filter, because ever since, well, there's a point where I had the van running, I stole the breather filter off of this and put it on the van, and I probably, yeah, I regret it, because this was a lot cleaner than you see. And I'll go ahead and tighten that in a little bit. Cool. Now we got this guy. Oh, oil light never worked. So we'll just put this guy instead. I don't need to cut this one. Actually, I do. Oh, I didn't. Must be going crazy. We'll install this somewhere inside. Snug. Get that thread started. So yeah, I don't think they were the same thread pitch, just very close. Just good enough to work. No, the brick's fine. Do I have enough length. If I go on through that side, I might. Oh yeah, I think I might. Yeah. Okay. Just mocking things up. Cool. Okay, whew, it's hot. It's getting hot. So we got pretty much everything to run. I'll double check the oil in here. It's a little low, not gonna lie. Gear oil is pretty clean. Get this guy. Back on there. There we go. Was it in gear? No, it was not. That was weird. Put that on there, just like that. Cool. We're just gonna push this down, make sure it's bottomed out. Put these bushings in. Make sure they sit nice. Put this guy in. Cool. I'm gonna need a new one of those boots. Not this one. This one's in good shape. Cool. This guy, yeah, I could probably put him like somewhere there. Probably could even put him in here later on. I could put him there temporarily. Don't need the power even just for the lights. This, you gotta wire into that. That is the negative. This is the positive. And let's go ahead and connect the computer as well. Temporarily like this. These got to go straight to the battery too. Fan is not going to work right now, so I can't run it for long. I think we are good. We just got to tune it, make sure it has the right settings. Let's throw some oil. See if I can do this. Get that before we smoke ourselves out. Let's try this out. Everything should be good. I might have to adjust that, but let's see. Let's see what we got. I'm not putting a stage 4 clutch in it. Maybe if this engine survives long enough, we'll turbo it and stuff, but not today. This should turn on. We are not leaking gas. It is connected. We're at 11.2, it's a little low. Cubic inches, 122. There's a coil. I have 2 injectors. Sure. Yeah, we'll go 850. Looks good to me. Save those settings. Key off 5 seconds. We should be golden. That is not gonna hold that up there. I don't trust that. Needs a little bit of timing. This should be cylinder 1. Nice. The fan isn't on a switch yet. which I will do in a moment. But everything seems to be good. It was high idling. The main reason, because there's no vacuum leaks. This adapter was making it have a vacuum leak, I guess from the bottom, but back into the intake. It was still getting too much air. I don't know if that's on Ace's, if it's their fault, or if it's the adapter's fault. But there's a little, like, I'll show you. I put a cork in it. Reason is it was getting too much air and it was idling super high. So I don't know if it's just a faulty system. I'll go ahead and message them later saying that I had to do that. It's the only way to get it down to RPM. Also, it could be another thing. I've tried messing with this setup for I don't know how long. Maybe I'll get their coil, but it does not want to read the correct amount of RPM for some reason. I have no clue why. I've rearranged the wires in different ways. It's not happening. And I've had this away from the coil wires. No interference, like, I don't know. I give up on that part at least. That's that. Other than that, everything runs very nicely.
If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for sticking around. I know this one was a really long one. I just wanted to fit all this content into this one video. Like I said, in order to keep moving on with my van project, I had to get this thing running. I did take it for a test drive after this. It did not perform well. I'm definitely going to be contacting Aces to see if they can help me out. I do think it is my distributor that is going bad, but until I get a new distributor, we'll see till then. But it is out of the way, so next video we're going to be doing some crazy stuff with the van. So please like, subscribe, stick around guys. Hope you enjoy my videos. Thanks.